Ritu, you can start.
Yes, yes. Okay. A very good afternoon to all the principals and teachers of ICSE board. I, Ritu Singh, General Manager, Khelo India, welcomes you all to the second day of online training of trainer program called PET Teachers. Before we begin, let me give you a quick recap of day one. Yesterday, we learned about the introduction of Khelo India mobile app, registration of school and assessor and their linkage, and importance of assessment data, taking it correctly. Today, we'll be learning about how to conduct batteries of tests by Mr. Ashok Talukdar and generation of report card by Ms. Neeraj. Sujit sir will be briefing us about the parent app. So, without any delay, over to Mr. Talukdar sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. I think we are into the much important part of this Khelo India Fitness Assessment Program, and we have come to this level where we are going to learn about the battery of tests. As yesterday, the speakers have mentioned you about the tests for different categories. I would like to quickly tell you that for the category of 5 to 8 years, which is specified for the students of class 1 to 3, we have these three tests: BMI, static balance, and coordination test. And for the students of age group of 9 to 18 years and specified as 4 to class 12, we have the 6 tests: BMI, speed, endurance, flexibility, core, and muscular endurance. So let us go for the first category of tests, which is for the students of age group of 5 to 8 years, class 1 to 3. And for them, we have the first test, which is the BMI, known as body mass composition. Let us take the video first.
To calculate the body mass index, first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. Once the app is on, select the Take Test option. From various test options, select BMI. The app is now ready to calculate.
To do any Khelo India Fitness Assessment test, the first thing is that we have to open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app, and then we have to select Take Test options. And from the various test options, we'll have to select BMI. And after that, your app will be ready for the test. Let's move ahead and see the video.
Calculate the body mass index. Body mass index, or BMI, is used to measure the body composition, which refers primarily to the distribution of muscles and fat in the body. Body size, such as height, length, and girths, are also grouped under this component. BMI is calculated by taking a person's weight and
to measure height, as we all know, a stadiometer is required. And if it is not there, it can also be done against a wall by pasting a measuring tape on it. And please make sure that we do it on a hard and flat surface. BMI is used to measure the body composition, which refers primarily to the distribution of muscles and fat in the body. Let's move ahead and see the video again.
Dividing by their height squared. To measure the height correctly, a stadiometer is required. If a stadiometer is not there, it could be done against a wall as well with measuring tape pasted on it. It should be done on a hard flat surface. The participant should remove shoes, bulky clothing, hair ornaments, and unbraid hair that could interfere with the measurement.
As we have already mentioned before also, the participants, while taking the height, we should ensure that we remove the bulky clothing, shoes, and if any hair ornaments. And we have to see the posture that they should stand with feet flat, legs should be straight, arms at side, and shoulders level. And we also need to ensure that the participants look straight ahead, and the line of sight, which we say, should be parallel to the floor.
Participants should stand with feet flat, together and back against the wall. Legs should be straight, arms at side and shoulders level. The participant should look straight ahead and the line of sight should be parallel to the floor. The height should be recorded in centimeter.
This is very important thing that we need to note it, that the height should be always recorded in centimeters.
The reading of the height should be typed in at the designated place on the screen.
And after taking the height, as you can see on the screen, it should be typed on the designated place where it is given.
To measure the weight accurately, a digital scale should be used. The scale should be placed on firm flooring rather than a carpeted floor.
Once again, to measure the weight, we always suggest you to use a digital weighing machine, and it should be kept on a hard and flat surface instead of not in a cushioned surface.
The participant should remove shoes and heavy clothing. The participant should stand with both feet in the center of the scale. The weight should be recorded in kilogram and gram to the nearest decimal.
This is also one very important aspect, as we have mentioned in the height also. While taking the weight, we should ensure that the participants remove the shoes and bulky clothing. The position should be like they should stand with both feet at the center of the scale. And we need to ensure that the weight should be recorded in kilograms and grams, which is nearest to the decimal point.
The reading of the weight should be typed in at the designated place on the screen.
As you have seen on the screen, the reading has to be typed on the designated place, where you can see there is different place for height and different place for weight.
Both the readings are entered in the app. Scan the ID card of the participant by tapping on the scan option. Once the age and gender of the participant is updated, save the record by tapping on the save option.
So once we get both the record and reading is typed on the screen, then you have to save the data. And for that, first you have to scan the ID card of the participants. And once you scan the ID card, you can see the detail of the students will appear on the screen. And after that, you can save the data by clicking, and definitely you have to click on the yes button at last.
This completes the process to calculate the body mass index or BMI.
So friends, this is a body mass index test, and for the age group of 5 to 8 years. And let us see what is the next test for them. The next test for them is the plate tapping test, which is a part of coordination. Let us check the video first.
To conduct the plate tapping test, first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. Once the app is on, select the Take Test option. From various test options, select Coordination and then tap on the plate tapping option.
As we have mentioned in the previous test, to take any test, we have to first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app, and then we have to select the Take Test option, after which you will see the list of different tests coming up, from where you have to select coordination, and after that you will see plate tapping, which will appear on your screen, and then you have to select or tap the plate tapping option, after which your app will be ready for the test.
The app is now ready for the plate tapping test. The plate tapping test measures upper body reaction time and hand-eye quickness and coordination. It also assesses the speed and the coordination of limb.
It is very important to know why we do this plate tapping test. This test measures the upper body reaction time and hand-eye coordination as well. It also assesses the speed and coordination of the limb movement of the participants.
Movement. One table, 2 yellow discs of 20 cm diameter and one rectangular sheet of 30 by 20 cm size are needed to perform this test.
As a part of the equipments to conduct this test, we will be needing to arrange one table and 2 yellow discs, which we have already seen on the screen, which is of 20 cm diameter, with the center 60 cm apart from each other. On the table, which will be kept, and a rectangular sheet which is in the middle of 30 by 20 centimeter, and all these equipments will be needed to perform this test.
The table height should be adjusted so that the subject is standing comfortably in front of the discs. The two yellow discs are placed with their centers 60 cm apart on the table. The rectangle is placed equidistant from both the discs.
Now this is very important. Please note that the table height should be always adjusted according to the participant, so that the participant is comfortable to perform this test. And we also need to ensure that the two yellow discs are placed 60 cm apart. If I can see by the cursor of my mouse, which is going, and from here to here it is 60 cm, and the rectangular sheet is placed at the center of these two discs at equidistance from both the sides. And that is why from here to here it is 30, and from here to here also it is 30 cm.
The participant is encouraged to stand in a balanced posture. The non-preferred hand is placed on the rectangle. The subject moves the preferred hand back and forth between the discs over the hand in the middle as quickly as possible.
Now this for this test, we also need to see that the participants stand in a balanced posture, and the non-preferred hand, as you can see on the screen, is placed on the rectangular sheet, and the preferred hand moves back and forth between the disc over the hand as quick as possible.
Once the participant starts this test, the start timer option should be tapped on the screen. This action is repeated for 25 full cycles. The total time taken to complete 25 full cycles is recorded.
Now, once the participant starts this test, we need to start the timer, and which should be pressed immediately. The main test is the total time taken to complete 25 full cycles, which we also say as 50 tapping, is need to be recorded. We are looking at the time, how much the participant takes in completing these 25 full cycles, and the total time taken, which you can already see in
As the participant completes 25 full cycles of tapping, stop timer option should be tapped on the.
So once again, I'm repeating this thing. So once the participant completes the full 25 cycles, or you can say 50 claps, and immediately you need to stop the timer at that moment. And the time which is appearing on the screen is the time for this test.
The screen. The clock on the screen shows the time taken by the participant to complete 25 full cycles of plate tapping. To record the data, first scan the ID card of the student and then tap on the save option.
Now again, after we have finished the test, to record the data, we need to first scan the ID card of the student. And once we have seen the detail of the students appearing on the screen, then you need to save the data by clicking the yes button.
Completes the plate tapping test.
So this was the plate tapping test, and we move on to the last test for the age group of students of 5 to 8 years. And this is the Flamingo balance test, which is a part of balance. Let us check the video first.
To conduct the Flamingo balance test, first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. Once the app is on, select the Take Test option. From various test options, select Balance and then tap on the Flamingo balance test option.
Like the previous test, as we have already said, to conduct this Flamingo balance test, first we need to open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. We need to select the Take Test option, and then we'll see the list of various test options coming up on your screen. From here, you need to select balance, and after that, the Flamingo balance will appear on the screen. And you need to tap on Flamingo balance, and then your app will be ready to take the test.
The app is now ready for the Flamingo balance test. The Flamingo balance test measures the ability to balance successfully on a single leg. Test assesses the strength of the leg, pelvic and trunk muscles as well as static balance.
So now let us know what this Flamingo balance test measures. It measures the ability to balance on a single leg of a participant. The test also assesses the strength of the leg, pelvic and trunk muscle as well as static balance.
While balancing on the preferred leg, the free leg is fixed at the knee and the foot of this leg held close to the buttocks, standing just like a flamingo.
Now, please look at this posture of this participant where we can see what is the flamingo balance test actually looks like. So we ask the student while balancing on the preferred leg, as you can see, he is balancing on this leg, and then the free leg is flexed at the knee and the foot of his leg is close to the buttocks, and he is just standing like a flamingo.
The test should be done on a non-slippery even surface by standing on a beam or a brick.
Now, as we all are talking about the equipments for this test, it should be done on a slippery even surface by standing on a beam or a brick. The only equipment we need here is a beam or a brick to perform this test.
The athlete keeps balance by holding the instructor's hand if required. The time
Again, I have to interrupt in between because the participant keeps balance initially by holding the instructor's hand. The instructor can hold his hand to keep his balance. And once the instructor leaves the hand, he immediately starts the timer.
Timer is started as the instructor lets go. To start the timer on the app, Start Timer should be tapped. The timer is stopped each time the athlete loses balance, either by falling off the beam or letting go the foot behind being held. To do that,
This is also very important.
pause timer should be tapped on the app each time.
This is also important that once we start the test, we need to start the timer on the app, and the timer is paused every time when there is a fall or loss of balance by the participants, either by falling or letting go the foot down. So we can stop every time when there's a loss of balance.
The participant loses balance. Start the timer again when the participant is in the position.
So once we pause the timer, and we can again start the test again by starting the timer once the participant in position again.
If there are more than 15 falls in first 30 seconds, the test is terminated.
So dear friends, this is one very important aspect of this test, that if we see that there are more than 15 falls within the first 30 seconds, and that the test has to be terminated, and we can again do the test. We should not discourage the participants. We can always encourage him to do more practice, and after that we can start the test again after some time.
The number of falls or loss of balance in 60 seconds of balancing is counted and recorded. The timer.
Now, for this test, we are going to record the number of falls or loss of balance within the 60 seconds. And that is the record which we're going to take. And the most important aspect of this app is that which is such wonderfully designed that the timer will automatically stop at the 60 seconds.
Timer automatically stops at the 60 seconds mark. The ID card of the participant is scanned by tapping on the scan option. Once the participant details are updated, the data is saved by tapping on the save option.
So once again, once we get the record of the participants, we need to save the data. And before that, we have to scan the ID card of the participant. And once we see the details of the participant appears on the screen, we can save the data by clicking yes button.
This completes the Flamingo balance test.
So these were the 3 tests which we will need to do for the students of 5 to 8 years of age group. And now let us move to the next category of participants, and that will be for the students of 9 to 18 years, and which is for classes 4 to 12. Let us check what is the first test for them. And the first test for them is BMI and body composition as well, and which we have already done it before. It will be the same way we will do for them as well. So let us now move to the next test for them. Yeah, the next test for the students of 4 to 12 is the sit and reach test, which is a part of flexibility. Let us check the video first.
To conduct the sit and reach test, first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. Once the app is on, select the Take Test option. From various test options, select Flexibility and then tap on the Sit and Reach option.
Again, to conduct this test, we'll have to open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app, and then we have to select test, select the Take Test option. From the various options of the test, we will select flexibility, and after which we will get the sit and reach. We have to tap on sit and reach test, and then your app will be ready to conduct the test.
The app is now ready for the sit and reach test. The sit and reach test is a common measure of flexibility. It specifically measures the flexibility of the lower back and hamstring muscles.
Sit and reach is a common measure of flexibility, and this test measures the flexibility of the lower back and hamstring muscles.
A sit and reach box is required to perform this test. The sit and reach box should be 12 by 12 inches on sides, 12 by 10 inches on front and back.
Now this is very important, friends. Keep a note of it, that for this test we will be needing an equipment which is called a sit and reach box. And as you can see on the screen, the dimension of the sit and reach box is 12 by 12 inches on sides, and then 12 by 10 inches on the back, which you can see, and 12 by 21 inches on the top.
And 12 by 21 inches on top. The top panel should be inscribed with centimeter and millimeter gradations.
Yes, you can see the top panel of this sit and reach box, which should be striped with centimeter and millimeter scale gradation, which you can see on the yellow color.
The test should be performed on clean cushioned surface or gym mat. Shoes should be removed before performing this test.
Now, this test should be performed on a clean cushioned surface, or you can use a gym mat. And we have to ensure that the shoes are removed before performing this test as well.
This test involves sitting on the floor with legs stretched out straight ahead. The soles of the feet are placed flat against the sit and reach box. Both knees should be locked and pressed flat to the floor.
And now for this test, the participant has to sit on the floor with legs straight and ahead, which you have seen on the screen. The soles of the feet are placed flat against the sit and reach box. As you can see, his feet are against the sit and reach box. And both knees has to be locked and placed flat on the floor. You can see these knees are locked and flat on the floor.
With the palms facing downwards and the hands on top of each other, the subject reaches forward along the measuring line as far as possible.
And now for this test, the palms has to be facing downwards and the hands on top of each other. You can see these hands on top of each other, and the participant reaches forward along this measuring line of tape as much as possible. They will stretch as much as possible as they can.
Firstly, the initial reach in the normal position is recorded. To do that, the score is calculated to nearest centimeter and put it in the designated place in the screen.
So first we will take the initial reach in the normal position, which is need to be recorded, and put it in the designated place.
After some practice teaches, the subject reaches forward as far as possible and holds that position for at least 2 seconds while the distance is recorded. To record the final position, the score is calculated to nearest centimeter and put it in the designated place. The difference between the initial position and the final position of the distance reached by the hand is displayed.
Now after some practice, the participants reaches forward as far as possible and holds that position for at least 2 seconds. And while the distance is recorded, The score has to be recorded to the nearest centimeter as the distance reaches by the hand.
Displayed as net score in the screen.
We also need to note that to record the final position, the score is calculated to the nearest centimeter and put it in the designated place. And you can see the net score, the difference between initial and the final position is displayed, and the net score is calculated automatically. Then that is why we always keep saying this app is such wonderfully designed. We just have to put the records and the score will come up automatically.
The ID card of the participant is scanned next, and then the data is saved by tapping on the save option. This complete.
So like we have done in the previous test, after we get the record, we have to scan the ID card of the participants. And once the details of the students appear on the screen, we have to save the data.
It's the sit and reach test.
So this was the sit and reach test. Now let us go and check what is the next test for them. The next test is the 50-meter dash, which we do it as a standing start. It's a part of speed. So let us check the video first.
To conduct the 50-meter dash test, first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. Once the app is on, select the Take Test option. From various test options, select the speed and then tap on the 50-meter dash option.
Now, to do this test, once again, we'll open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app, and from there, we will select Take Test options. And from the various options, we will select speed, and then we will tap on the 50-meter dash test.
Depending on the number of participants, choose same number of lanes on the screen. The app.
Now, friends, this is very important when we'll be doing this 50-meter test. As you all know, it depends on the number of participants, and you can see on the screen there are a number of lanes. So it is very important to select the exact number of lanes with the exact number of participants. So for this example, we have select 5 lanes for this, assuming that there are 5 participants for this test.
App is now ready for the 50-meter dash test. The aim of 50-meter dash is to determine the acceleration and the speed of the participant.
And of course, we all know that this 50-meter dash aims to determine the speed and acceleration of the participant.
The test involves running a single sprint over 50 meters. Start from a stationary standing position with one foot in front of the other. The front foot must be behind the starting line.
This is very important, as we have mentioned in the test before at the beginning, that this is a test which we will do it by standing position. The start has to be from a standing position, and we need to ensure that the participants 1 foot back and 1 foot forward, and also need to ensure that his front foot is behind the starting line.
Participants are encouraged to not slow down before crossing the finish line. Once the participants are ready and motionless, the instructor gives the cue to start.
So, and since this is a speed test, we all know that we need to encourage our participants to run as fast as they can. We always encourage them so they don't slow down in between. So, and as you can see on the track, as they are ready and motionless, that the instructor is ready to start the race now.
There is no need to manually start the timer. The app is designed in such a way that the timer starts automatically at the sound of the Fox 40 whistle.
Now, friends, as I've been keep saying about this app, which is such a wonderful to know about it, as you can see that the test is started with the sound of the Fox 40 whistle. And for this test, you don't have to manually press the timer. So once you blow the whistle, and it has to be a good and Fox 40 whistle, and the timer will automatically start at the sound of the whistle.
Participants should be encouraged to practice running with emphasis placed on the concept of pace. Time taken to complete the 50-meter dash for each of the participants is recorded.
as I have been keep saying for this test, we will always encourage the participants to maintain a constant pace so that they take less time in completing the race, and we will record the time taken to complete this 50-meter dash for each of the participants separately.
To record the timing for each of the participants, tap split timer every time a participant crosses the finish line. The screen shows the timing of participants in the order they finished the race. To record
Now, as we have already mentioned, we have seen that there are 5 participants, and to record the time, we have to press the split timer option every time the participants finishes the finishing line. So we have to press the split timer option as they comes in the sequence of their order.
individual timings, tap the scan option and then scan the ID card of the participant. Make sure the ID card is scanned in the same order in which they finished the race. Once you have scanned the ID card of all the participants, save the
Now, this is also very important to note that since we will be having the 5 different timings for each participant, so we have to scan their ID card in the sequence in which they have finished their races. Suppose we have to scan the ID card of the first one who finishes the race, and then second, third, fourth, fifth gradually.
data to complete the 50-meter dash test.
So once we have finished scanning the ID card of all the 5 participants together, only after that we are going to save the data. That means we have to scan the ID card of all the 5 participants, and after we get the timing of all the 5 participants, after that we are going to save the data. So this was the 50-meter dash speed test for the students of class 4 to 12. Let us now check what is the next test for them. The next test for them is 600-meter run or walk, which is a part of cardiovascular endurance test. Let us check the video first.
To conduct the 600-meter run test, first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. Once the app is on, select the Take Test option. From various test options, select Cardiovascular Endurance and then tap on the 600-meter run option.
Now, like the previous test, we have to first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app, and then we have to press the select Take Test option, and then from various test options, we will see the cardiovascular endurance name on the screen, and from where we'll have to select the 600-meter run or walk test.
Depending on the number of participants, choose same number of lanes on the screen.
This is again, I'm repeating the way we have done in the previous test for 50-meter dash. Depending on the number of participants, you need to select the number of lanes before the test. And suppose if you have 6 number of participants, so you have to select 6 lanes.
The app is now ready for the 600-meter run test. The aim of 600-meter run is to measure the cardiovascular fitness and endurance.
As it has already been told that we are taking this test to measure the cardiovascular endurance and fitness of the student.
The test involves running a single sprint over 600 meters. Participants should start from a stationary standing position with one foot.
As we have mentioned in the previous test as well, and this is also a test where we are taking the start from a standing position, ensuring that our front foot is always behind the starting line.
In front of the other, the front foot must be behind the starting line. Participants are instructed to run 600 meters in the fastest possible pace. Once the participants are ready and motionless, the instructor gives the cue to start.
Again, for this test, we will always motivate and instruct the students to complete this 600-meter run in as fast as they can. We will always motivate them to maintain a constant pace while taking this run.
There is no need to manually start the timer. The app is designed in such a way that the timer starts automatically at the sound of the Fox 40 whistle.
See, again, we are repeating this thing. This app is such wonderfully designed that we don't have to manually start the timer. So once the instructor is ready to start the race, he can blow the whistle and the timer will automatically start.
Participants should be encouraged to practice running with emphasis placed on the concept of pace. Results are usually better if the participant can maintain constant pace during most of the run and use
as we have already told you before that during this 600-meter run, we will always encourage the participant to maintain a constant pace. And we have also seen in our previous experiences in our lives that when a participant maintain the constant pace in the long distance run, the results are always better.
strong closing effort. Time taken to complete the 600-meter run for each of the participants is recorded.
And once they finish the race, we will record the time which is taken to complete this 600-meter run in the sequence in which they have finished from first to sixth.
To record the timing for each of the participants, tap split timer every time a participant crosses the finish line. The screen shows the timing of participants in the order they finished the race.
So again, I'm repeating these things. We have to record the time by pressing the split timer options every time a participant finishes the crossing line. So we will have to do the split timers for 6 participants, and which you can see on the screen.
To record individual timing, tap the scan option and then scan the ID card of the participant. Make sure the ID card is scanned in the same order in which they finished the race. Once you have scanned the ID card of all the participants,
so once again, like the previous test which I have already mentioned, that we have to scan the ID card of each and every participant first in the order in which they have finished the races, starting from 1 to 6. And once you have scanned all the ID cards of the students, and then you will go ahead to save the data.
Save the data to complete the 600-meter run test.
And after that, you can click the data, click the save button, and your data will be saved. So this was the 600-meter. Now let us go to the next test. And the next test for the students of class 4 to 12 is a push-up test. And there are 2 types of push-ups here. One is for the boys, which is normal push-ups, and for the girls, it is slightly modified push-ups, which we're going to see in this video.
To conduct the push-up test, first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. Once the app is on, select the Take Test option. From various test options, select Strength and then tap on the Push-up option.
Once again, I'm repeating this thing again. To conduct the test, we have to open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. And then from there, once it is open, we have to select Take Test. And after that, you'll get the list of various test options coming up. You have to select Strength, and then you have to select Push-up from here. And then your app will be ready to take this test.
The app is now ready for the push-up test. The push-up fitness test measures upper body strength, endurance, and trunk stability.
We take this test to measure the upper body strength, endurance, and trunk stability of the participant.
A flat, clean cushioned surface or a gym mat is required to perform this test. A standard push-up begins with the hands and toes touching the floor.
So as a part of the equipment for this test, we will need a flat, clean, and cushioned surface, or we can even use a gym mat which can be used for this push-up test. And the test begins, as you can see on the screen, the test begins with hands and toes touching the floor. This is an exact position of a participant to get ready for the push-up test. Let us move ahead to check the video again.
The body and legs should be in a straight line, feet slightly apart, the arms at shoulder width apart, extended and at a right angle to the body.
Now the position of a participant is as such that the body and legs should be in a straight line, which you can see on the screen. Feet should be slightly apart, arms at shoulder level, width apart, extended, that makes a right angle. Arms at shoulder width apart, extended, and that makes a right angle to the body, which you can see.
Keeping the back and knees straight, the subject lowers the body to a predetermined point to touch some other object or until there is a 90-degree angle at the elbows. Then returns back to the starting position with the arms extended.
So keeping the back and knees straight, the participant lowers the body to a predetermined point to touch some object or until there is a 90-degree angle, which is formed by the elbows. And then again return back to the starting position with arms extended. This is the process.
When the participant is ready, the start timer option is tapped on the screen and the participant starts the push-ups.
Now when the participant is ready, we need to press the start timer option. And now the participant is ready to go for the push-ups.
The action is repeated and the test continues until exhaustion or until they can do no more in rhythm. The number of correctly completed push-ups is recorded.
So in the push-up, this action is going to repeat until the student is exhausted or they can do no more with the same rhythm. And after that, we are going to record the correctly completed push-ups. Make sure that we are only going to record the number of correctly completed push-ups.
For girls, the push-up technique is slightly modified with both the knees resting on the ground. Apart from this, everything else remains the same for girls as well.
Now, as I've already mentioned before, that for the girls, it is a modified push-ups, and with the technique is modified with both the knees resting on the ground. And apart from this, everything is same, like the boys we have shown you before.
Once the participant is exhausted, tap the stop timer option and type in the number of correctly completed push-ups in the designated place on the screen.
So once the participants you have seen is exhausted or they can do no more, and you can type the correct number of completed push-ups on the designated place.
Scan the ID card of the participant and then save the record by tapping on the save option.
After that, once we have typed the record, and then you can say, scan the ID card of the student. And once you scan it, you can see the details of the student appearing on the screen. And then you can save the data by clicking yes button.
This completes the push-up test.
So this was the push-up test for the students of class 4 to 12. Now let us check the next test. The next test is partial curl up, which is a part of core strength. Let us check the video first.
To conduct the partial curl up test, first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app. Once the app is on, select the Take Test option. From various test options, select Strength and then tap on the Partial Curl Up option.
So once again, you have to first open the Khelo India Fitness Assessor app, then select Take Test options. From the list of various test options, you can select Strength, and from there, you have to select the Partial Curl Up option by tapping it. And after that, your app is ready to take the test.
The app is now ready for the partial curl up test. The partial curl up test measures abdominal muscular strength and endurance of the abdominals and hip flexors, which is important in back support and core stability.
This partial curl-up test actually measures the abdominal muscular strength and endurance of the abdominals and also hip flexors, which is very important in back support and also core stability.
A flat, clean cushioned surface, two parallel strips 6 inches apart, is required to conduct this test.
As you can see on the screen, as a part of equipment, we need a flat, clean cushion surface or also a gym mat. You can see these two parallel strips of 6 inches apart, which is required to conduct this test.
The subject lies on a cushioned flat clean surface with knees flexed, usually at 90 degrees, with hands straight on the sides with palms facing downwards. It should be closer to the ground and parallel to the body.
As you can see, the position of the participant for this test, the participant lies on the flat clean cushion surface with knees flexed at 90 degrees with hands straight on the sides, palms facing towards the ground, and it should be closer to the ground and parallel to the body. I think you can see on the screen.
The subject raises the trunk in a smooth motion, keeping the arms in position, curling up the desired amount at least 6 inches above ground. The trunk is lowered back to the floor so that the shoulder blades or upper back touches the floor.
Now for this test, the participant has to raise the trunk in a smooth motion, keeping the arms in positions, curling up the desired amount at least 6 inches above the ground. So we have to note that it has to raise at least 6 inches above the ground, and the trunk is lowered back to the floor so that the shoulder blades or upper back touches the floor again.
Once the participant is ready and is in position to take the test, the start timer option should be tapped.
So again, once we make the participants ready, and the instructor will start the test by pressing the start timer option.
Participant is encouraged to keep normal breathing rate.
And this is very important, dear friends. We need to emphasize and keep telling the students they need to keep their normal breathing when this test is they're performing this test.
Results are better if the participant can maintain constant pace during the activity. Maximum number.
We are also going to tell them if they can maintain constant pace and the results will be better. And what is this test going to do about? We are going to record the maximum number of sit-ups in 30 seconds.
Number of sit-ups in 30 seconds is recorded. The timer automatically stops at 30 seconds mark. The number of sit-ups is recorded at the designated place.
As we have already told you regarding this app many times, and then how beautifully this app has been designed, and the timer will automatically stop at the 30 seconds. You don't have to stop it again. And after that, you have to type the correct record on the designated place.
ID card of the participant is scanned and the data is saved by tapping on the save option.
So after you have typed the record on the screen, then you have to save this data first by scanning the ID card of the student. Once you see the details of the student appearing on the screen, you have to save the data by clicking yes.
This completes the partial curl-up test.
So this was the partial curl-up test, and I think we have done with the 6 tests for the senior students. May I now like to call Neeraj ma'am to take over?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you, Ashok sir. As Ashok sir briefed about the assessments test, and after taking the assessments, how the result will be coming, how we will be able to generate that report card, and how we can assess that report card, that all I'll be sharing. First, how to generate that report card. I'll show you through this video. Kindly pay attention.
To view, so this was the report section. Thank you.
Sorry.
To view report of student fitness assessment, click on login button, enter user ID and password, enter CAPTCHA, click on sign in button, click on
We are following the same process to login with your username and password as we have done for the uploading data and other activities.
reports, click on term report, select school, select term, click on view button.
Okay. First step you have to go to report cards. Then you will be selecting your school, and then after school you will be selecting the term, which term you are going to view the report card and download. Then you will click on this orange button view. The moment you will click on this orange button, you will see the details here, and here they show 10 numbers as per the strength of your class. It is 25 or 45 or 50. You can click on this number, and then you'll see the details.
Click on this view button, select the class. To view the report, click on this view button, select the student.
Comparative report card of your complete classes here at a one glance. All the fitness assessments records are here with the name of the child, and with this report card which is written here, the view, you can view an individual report card can be downloaded. And if you want to download the complete class report card, we'll be going to the download reports, this orange button.
Of which you want to view the report, click on this view button.
When we click on the view button in front of the individual student's name, this individual report card will appear, which is on a graphical manner. You can see which define the fitness standard of a child L1 to L7. Here the benchmarks are set as per the L1 to L7, which says L1 is work harder, L2 must improve, L3 can do better, L4 good, L5 very good, L6 is athlete, L7 is sports fit, means your child is ready to or learn to play any sports activity formally. So this is how the benchmark is given, and on the basis of that benchmark, the levels will be given L1 to L7. Your score is there, the indicators are there, and the feedbacks as per the indicators. What is the score of child and what should the child should do? That feedback will be also given here.
This is the fitness assessment report of the student.
You can see the benchmark are given here. The boy is 8-year-old. What should be the benchmark and where the child stands. Everything is given here, the BMI and the benchmark of BMI as per his age category.
You can even download the report. Click on this download report button.
The moment you click on this download report button, the complete class report card will be generated, and all together at once only. If there are 40 children in a class, you can download the 40 report cards together.
This way, individual report card can be downloaded. Now again click on reports. Click on age-wise performance.
Okay. Here I'll brief you one more thing. You can not only see the individual report card, you can see the report card class-wise, you can see the report card age-wise, you can see the school performance also. You can see the top performers of the school. So all four manner you can assess your children.
Select the school. Select term. Select age. Click on this view button.
Here we are going to see the report card of age wise, 5 to 8 year children report card. We are going to see the out of the complete school, the best students in fitness of age group of 5 to 8. Age wise also you can see the performance, top performer of your school.
Button. This is how you can see age-wise performance report.
Here you can see the top performers of the age group of 5 to 8 are given here. L7 are here. What the BMI standards, what is the percentile, everything is given here age-wise.
Again, click on reports. Click on school-wise performance. Select the school. Select term. Click on view button.
Here, when you click on the school-wise performance, you can see the collectively where your schools stand with all the fitness components. With all 50 meter means speed, 600 meter means where the in endurance where our children stand, partial color. As per the fitness components, what is the fitness standard of complete school in a percentile manner? We can see that my school endurance 50% is on average, 50% students are on average. So this way we can plan for the sports, it will help you to plan the further sports programs for your school also.
This is school-wise performance report. Now again click on reports. Click on top performers. Select school. Select term. Click on view button.
We have seen the report card can be generated. Report card can be seen till now class wise, individual, age wise. Now we are school wise, and now top performers of the school out of your school, complete top performers. Not only with L7, you can see with the complete finest percentile. This child is 99 point, and then 99 point something, then 98. All detailed with percentile, you can see the performance.
Here you can see top performers.
You can see the previous upper portion is L7, and now the L6 means complete their fitness assessment scores, lead them to the minutest detail in percentile also. So the child can felt motivated and improve better.
So this was the report section. Thank you.
Thank you. This is how we generate the report card. And when to generate the report card, as you all have seen, we have to go to the report card column. Fine. And you will be going to the reports, and you will select the report. You will select a school. You will select the term, and you can view that term, and you can download that term. You can select the class, or you can download that class also. You can download the full class report card also, and you can download the individual child report card also. And I prefer you download and give this report card to the children, because this is the best exercise. And when we download the complete class report card, we got this. This is the interface which you will be getting. This is the interface. Your name, class, child's details are here, and his previous means first term report card and the second term report card, and where the child was standing at the first term report card, and what is the improvement child have gained. That current standard will be showing you. As you can see, that performance is indicated in term of self improvement, means A plus improved. It means as per the previous performance, the child have improved this time. A means same as before. A minus means the performance have reduced, and as per the current status of the child, you will be getting the feedback also. And minute test, you can see the BMI here, my BMI at the bottom, the BMI is given, child is overweight, and normal BMI should be this. But if the child is overweight, then what to do and how much overweight? It is written here. You can reduce your weight by so and so. Means even in the pointers, you will be getting how much weight you need to reduce, and to reduce your weight, what activities you should do, what the dietary recommendations are given here at the bottom. You can see dietary recommendation. The calorie need to be decreased. Fine. Here the activity, what activity child need to do. This is given overall, and in fact, here you can see the My Fitness Score test plate tapping. What the activity for this child should do is written here. So it is most elaborated report card you are getting. Here again, it's just an interface I'm sharing with you all. The fitness assessment report card on the basis of fitness assessments given by the child, all the fitness components. Plate tapping means coordinative ability, where the child stand, what is the score of the child, what the indicator is saying. If it's a child, here the child is standing on L1, score is this, indicator is saying to work hard, and what is the feedback, how to work hard, this is also given here. The benchmarks are given here. Again, this on at the individual report card, here also your workout recommendations, your dietary recommendations are given here. This is a report card of class 1 to 3. This is the interface. This is how the report card look. And this is the report card of 4 to 12 class children. And in this we have 6 parameters for their fitness assessment. On the basis of this fitness assessment, on the top you can see that L0 to L7, here the child is L3, can do better on the basis of all the fitness assessments. Here the overall fitness standard is given, and here given the individual fitness component scores and indicators, what the indicators are saying, and what is the feedback as per the this application, and the BMI, what is the current BMI. You can see here the BMI is overweight, and what should be the as per the benchmark BMI it is given, and benchmarks of all the L1 to L7 benchmark for all the activities are given here. So the child can tell himself or herself also that where the child stands and how much he need to improve. Benchmark for all the fitness components are given here. And now just an interface I'm sharing with you, that normal weight. You can see this child is L7, a good. Fine, it's certainly a good. His fitness standard is good. His fitness in components assessments test, you can see the sit and reach test, current and previous, both L1, means it was same. 600-meter walk or run, you can see the timing of the child, and it is showing the child is sports fit, and the feedback is saying keep it up. You are sports fit, so keep it up and keep doing. In this manner, you can see all the fitness components are being indicating where you stand, how you to improve. And here you can see that BMI also, both the current and previous, both the BMI are normal, and the what is the benchmark of normal is given here. Still, if the child is normal and sports fit, still the dietary recommendation are given, and activities what child should pursue, that is also given here. The another example report card where the child is underweight and his standard is L3, can do better. The sit and reach is L2, which is good. Endurance is also, you can see the 600-meter is L7, means sports fit. But here the partial strength is not good with the child. Speed is not good with the child. And the child is underweight. Strength is less because the child is underweight. So what the recommendations are also given, feedbacks are also given, means it is most elaborated. Here we are not just addressing that your child is fit. We are telling your child is fit in endurance, your child is good in endurance, but need to work on the strength. So in each and individual specific component we are working, and this is the interface which I'm sharing with you all. Again, just an example, here the athlete is overweight. Fine. He's overweight. That's why his endurance, you can see L2 in red line zone, and the child is overall fitness is also L2. And here it is at the my BMI. You can see that this yellow line, overweight, the benchmark, what should be the BMI of a child, it's given here. Same, this report card also you can see. So these are the report cards, how elaboratedly This report card is updating you, informing you about your students' fitness and how much you need to work on them. Here, we have splitted the report card in two parts. This is a part one, where you can see the detail of child's detail and must improve in overall fitness standard as previously also have addressed, as per the assessments taken on the different components on all six parameters. Overall child need to improve. Here it is saying sit and reach means the flexibility of child is L4, but endurance here you can see again is under the red zone, just L2. The work hard. This is the first part, and now we see the part B, where the recommendations for each for each fitness components are given. Benchmark are given. You can see the benchmark for 12-year-old boy means gender wise, age wise. You can see the benchmarks are given: 600-meter run and walk. What is the benchmark for L1 to L7? Where you stand, that you have seen the part two in you have seen in part one, and part two you can see where you need to improve. This is the overall report card you will be getting, and this is how you can see the fitness standard of your child. And this is uh, yeah, this is very important, and not to for the sports teachers, as yesterday Sujit sir also have addressed the parent are the most important counterpart or stakeholder of this program. So I request Sujit sir to explain about the parent app and how the parents can access their child report card. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Neeraj. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir. You're audible. You're audible.
Okay. Just a second. Yeah, thanks so much. So what I'm going to do, so Neeraj actually talked about the report cards. And before that, we learned how to do assessment. We also learned how to register the school. So all of that we have seen. We have also seen how the report cards are there. So we have dealt with principals, we have dealt with the PE teachers and the sports coaches. Now the third stakeholder is the parents, and parents would want to see the report card of their children. So what they need to do is to download the Khelo India app. So as PE teachers and principals, so what you can do is you please share the Khelo India app link to everyone. It is available on Google Play Store and iOS App Store also. And so I'm going to tell you how a parent can create a profile and what is the functionality to look at the Get Fit section. So parent app actually has 4 main sections: learn, play, get fit, and social media. Learn is basically about the 18 Khelo India sports, the rules of those sports. Second is play. Play is basically about finding the play field in and around the place. Third is get fit. Get fit is a section where parents can actually look at the fitness assessment report card of children and also do the fitness assessment. This is a brief overview of how the app works, the parent app works.
Click on add member. Here you can add member.
Sorry.
Parent application. Click on Get Fit button.
So you can see the test.
Click on add member. Here
So
you can
if there are
add
3
member.
children in your house, you can add the members.
First of all,
So
enter your user
input
ID.
your user ID and password.
Enter password. Select tick box. Click on login button.
So here you can see if you have 3 children in the house, you can actually add all the 3 children here.
By clicking on add member, you can add member and take the test. And to view report after taking test, click here.
So this is how the report part.
From here you can view the
see
report.
At the top it says self. This is the assessment report if you do it at home. So the first section is the BMI, similar as what Neeraj talked about, the health indicator. Then it is overall fitness indicator, which is from level 1 to level 7. What happened?
This is Khelo India parent application. Click on Get Fit button. Click on Add Member. Here you can add member. First of all, enter your user ID. Enter password. Select tick box. Click on login button. By clicking on add member, you can add member and take the test. And to view report after taking test, click here. From here you can view the report.
So you can see the entire report.
To download report, you can click on download report. This is the downloaded report.
Yeah, this is the same thing. You can download this report.
Click on fitness history. This is the fitness history. Click on benchmark. This is the benchmark. So this is the parent app report section. Thank you.
Right. Yeah. So this is how the parent app looks like. So this is a way to create the profile. What you need to do is to when you say add member, so you can keep adding the name and the date of birth and the gender. You will receive the OTP. You just need to verify the OTP. After that, you can add. So if there are 3 children in the house, you need to add 3 times. So all the 3 profiles will get created. Then what would happen is that if you want to, so there are 3 sections, 3 main sections: learn, play, and get fit. So so you click on get fit, add the child, then you can see the tests which are there, 5 to 8 years and 9 to 18 years. And then if you want to take a test, what you need to do is to click on a child, and there depending on the age. So like here it is Sumandev. In Sumandev, so there are 6 tests which are there. You click on those 6 tests which are there, then you can click on the view dashboard. And when you click on a dashboard, you can actually see the entire dashboard. The BMI, overall fitness level, and all the tests which are there. To add, to see the data, so those fitness assessment that I showed you, parents can actually do it at home. घर पे बैठ के कर सकते हैं हर बच्चे का. घर में 2 बच्चे हैं तो दोनों बच्चों का, if you want to do it 10 times in a year also, you can do it. ये मैथमेटिक्स ओलंपियाड की प्रिपरेशन की तरह आप घर में जितने बार टेस्ट लिखना है आप लिख सकते हैं. Similar fitness assessment, you can do it once every day for 365 days also. There is no problem if you want to do it at home. If you want to, it's like weighing machine, जैसे घर में है तो आप जितने बार चाहें weighing machine में देख सकते हैं. Similarly, अगर स्कूल का एक टैब है, स्लाइडर है स्कूल के लिए, the moment you slide it, you can actually see the fitness assessment report from the school. तो ये जो रिपोर्ट है, फिटनेस असेसमेंट रिपोर्ट स्कूल का है, you can actually for that what you need to do is to edit the profile of the child, and there's a button called unique identifier. तो जिसमें स्कूल का एनरोलमेंट नंबर, ये स्कूल के ये जो भी खेलो इंडिया आईडी है, आप उसको डालेंगे तो वैलिडेट हो जाएगा अगेंस्ट द नेम, डेट ऑफ बर्थ, जेंडर एंड द यूनिक प्रोफाइल. If all the 4 things match, it will get linked with the application. Similarly, जैसे अभी नीरज ने बताया था कि स्कूल के टॉप परफॉर्मर्स वगैरह देखना है तो आप देख सकते हैं. स्कूल के टॉप परफॉर्मर्स, स्कूल का परफॉर्मेंस देखना है तो एज वाइज परफॉर्मेंस देखना है, देख सकते हैं. And this is the last thing that I want to tell you. So basically this parent tab की जो मैं अभी बता रहा था, please make sure कि आप parent tab को जितना चाहे उतना distribute कीजिए parents tab को, क्योंकि खेलो जो पेरेंट ऐप के अंदर खेलो इंडिया के वीडियोस हैं, बहुत सारे 18 के 18 स्पोर्ट्स का वीडियोस हैं, आप इसको शेयर कर सकते हैं. प्लीज शेयर इट विद पेरेंट्स, दे वुड लव टू यूज देम. देन आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट टैलेंट आइडेंटिफिकेशन रोड मैप. अभी हमारा 22 लाख 22 लाख असेसमेंट्स हैव ऑलरेडी हैपेंड थ्रू खेलो इंडिया, and we are expecting कि 2-3 करोड़ अगर assessment अगर हो जाते हैं in the next maybe by next year or whatever. So let's say we do it 10 times. We अगर सारे schools are together, right? At that point of time there were 14,000 PE teachers. Now we have almost 1 lakh PE teachers on the platform, more than 1 lakh, and we have 39 lakh data uploaded on the system. I'm sure I would request all of you to upload the student data now during COVID-19 period, and when the schools resume, then you can start doing the assessment. So even if you take 1% of data of SAI out of this 22 lakhs, so we have 22,000, 2,200 data points now. And then when we do the retest and then we do a talent identification, we'll surely be able to identify out of this 22,000 data. Even if we identify 500 students for the talent identification, so that's a good this thing. So we are expecting that if we are able to do 10 crore assessments, let's say in 5 years time, 1% would typically be about 10 lakhs. And out of that, if we actually do, out of that again, we do 0.1%. So that will be about 10,000 athletes who will get world-class athletes we can identify. Very important कि आप fitness assessment सबका कराइए, so that every child deserves to have a fitness assessment report card along with that academic report card. We want all schools to become fitter. And जो बच्चों में talent है, so sports authority will pick up the talent and put them on the talent identification roadmap. Just to summarize, this is how it looks like. So there are about 6 steps which are there. For a principal has to go to schoolfitness.keloindia.gov.in. ये slide आप अपने पास रखिए तो it will be very helpful to you. Single slide will help you a lot. ये single slide आप उसको paste कर लीजिए अपने sports room में. Process क्या है? Principal goes to schoolfitness.keloindia.gov.in, does a sign up, gets a user ID and password in email and SMS. Similarly, PE teachers, if a school has 5 PE teachers and let's say 5 other teachers who help in physical education activities, primary teachers also, any teacher, any subject teacher interested in physical education, so they would download the Khelo India School Version app, and they would register themselves to the app. They go to the principal will link all these PE teachers and assessors to the school by going to manage assessor. तो ये हो गया linkage. Principal अपने account create करेंगे, PE teachers अपने बनाएंगे, principal will say that these are my teachers of the school, that will get linked. After that is done, the principal will upload the student list. The moment the student list is uploaded, or for the previous year the student data is promoted, older, if it is the second year, you will promote the student data. Then the data is available to the PE teachers to do assessment. Once the assessment is done, then the student reports are available to the principal to download, give it to the class teachers. Class teachers can distribute it to all the students. On the report card, there is a Khelo India ID, which is there. You tell the parents to download the Khelo India app. They would download it. They would register themselves, go to Get Fit section, add all their children of different schools, if they're one school or two different schools. Then they can take test, or they can view the report from the school or the test which they are taking. So that is to say that maximum of 6 to 7 steps you can actually do the entire this thing. For you to stay fit, for children to stay fit, make sure you do 60 minutes of physical activity for children through active assemblies, structured PE program, active recess, sensory pass, after school sports program, or move at home assignments, basically home assignments also. Children should be getting 60 minutes of physical activity. Introduce children to a range of sporting experience and activities. The idea is that they do a lot of any sort of activity, whether it is recreational games, team sports, individual sports, indigenous sports, doesn't matter. So you need to have a set of activities which children can do, and based on so it's called STEP: space, time, equipment, and people. Based on the availability of STEP, that is space, time, equipment, and people, you can actually do your planning on the physical activities. These are some Fit India activities during the lockdown period. So what you need to do, one thing which I wanted to do is that as part of the new education policy, you can also integrate sports with other subjects, also collaborate with other subject teachers. Fit India activities, so these are some of the activities which are happening. So there was Fit India Active Day, then there was Fit India Active Day, live fitness sessions for school children in the month of April and May and June for both families and children. Then there were Fit India Active Breaks, which our organization had done it for Fit India. So these are Fit India Active Breaks capsule for 5 minutes. You can actually download these capsules, send it to parents also, or you can send the links also. Then there are Move at Home modules which are there from nursery up to class 12th. You can download these assignments called, you can go to fitnessexcel.me/move at home. You can actually give assignments to teachers. For younger children in primary classes, they love animal shapes. They love so things like walking, running. These are galloping, dodging, catching, throwing, walking on a straight line, walking on a zigzag, running on a zigzag path. So running like a snake, doing hopping, skipping, all of this. So they love animal walks also. So you can actually give out assignments to them. For the older children, class 6 to 12, they may want to know about the rules of games. There are about 18 videos which are there on Khelo India. This thing. Let me just play one of the videos.
थ्रोइंग इवेंट्स में 4 मान्य थ्रोज होते हैं: डिस्कस, शॉट पुट, जैवलिन और हैमर। डिस्कस थ्रो एक ट्रैक एंड फील्ड इवेंट है जिसमें एक एथलीट एक डिस्क फेंकता है। अपने प्रतिद्वंदी की तुलना में ज्यादा दूर फील्ड तैयार किया जाता है जिसमें थ्रोइंग है। इसीलिए इसे अक्सर यू आकार में बनाया जाता है और इसे 34.92 डिग्री।
So you can see that all the videos are there. These are very high quality videos for different sports, all the 18 Khelo India sports. Suggest that you actually go to web.khelondia.gov.in/how-to-play, or it is also available on the Khelo India mobile app. Give it to all the students. Share it with them. The links, you just need to share the links. These are all YouTube links which are there. You can share it with them and let them learn. Fit India is also recommending certain activities for class 6 to 12 on endurance related activities, strength related, flexibility and balance. So these are all very simple activities. You don't need any equipment. If you really look at it, none of them they actually need any equipment. So that's what Fit India believes in, that don't use any equipment or minimum use of equipment, and you should be able to do. For children, they need to be doing 60 minutes of MBPA, that's moderate to vigorous physical activity. These are some example of aerobic activities which are there. Similarly, they should also be doing some muscle strengthening exercises and bone strengthening exercises. And this you can do it through sports, you can do it through exercises also, or through recreation games. All of this, you can see it's a mix of all the three things: aerobic activities, muscle strengthening activities, and bone strengthening activities. Then there are Fit India yoga protocols for class 6 to 12, 15 minutes. You don't need much time. This is a sample yoga protocol starting with Priya, Surya Namaskar, Yogasan, Pranayam, and Dhyan. Then there are classroom-based PE activities that you can do post-lockdown. You can have games like mirror, anything, any non-contact sports, of course, you can do. Many of the non-contact sports like badminton is non-contact. You can, anything with a net on either side, you can actually do that. Then there are activities like mirror, where there is one subject, the other one is a mirror. The mirror actually reflects what the subject is doing. You can have a lot of fun games. Moving using restricting movement to a single spot. You can do spot marching, jogging, steps. Then there are circuits also which you can do. Then there are certain. Similarly, you can also do a lot of subjects on the ground, because ground is where you can actually maintain social distance instead of classroom. It's a myth that going to the playground is actually the same, but you can actually go to playground, you get more area, you can actually maintain social distance and do a lot of other activities also. Partner activities, there are some partner activities you don't need to touch. During rainy and peak summer, you also need certain modifications. So most of the PE activities that you do outdoor can also be done indoor. Here is a small video, Fit India video on this.
आज ले रहे जो संकल्प, ये संकल्प निभाना है। छोटे छोटे कदमों से बड़ा बदलाव लाना है। एक एक कर इस मुहिम में सबका साथ पाना है। खुद को स्वस्थ और इंडिया को फिट बनाना है। कर तो रहे हैं फैसला, हो रही फिटनेस की बात, पर किससे होगी शुरुआत? मुझसे 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 होगी शुरुआत, मुझसे होगी शुरुआत। तो हम भी हैं तैयार, अब बनी ना बात, मुझसे हो रही शुरुआत। अब मिला है मुझे मेरे दोस्तों का साथ। माँ को योग करने की आदत मैं लगवाऊंगा, हर रोग से इनको छुटकारा मैं दिलवाऊंगा। दादी जी को छुपके चीनी अब नहीं खिलाऊंगी, रोज सुबह उनको लेकर सैर करने जाऊंगी। पापा को मैं उनका बचपन याद दिलाऊंगा, उन्हें भी अपने साथ साइकिल चलवाऊंगा। भैया को स्वच्छता की कीमत मैं बताऊंगी, साफ सफाई से अपनों का स्वास्थ्य लाभ करवाऊंगी। अब बदले हालात, मुझसे हो रही शुरुआत, व्यायाम से देंगे हर रोग को मात। अब मिला है सबका साथ, मुझसे हो रही शुरुआत, दे रहे न्यू इंडिया को फिटनेस की सौगात।
So thank you so much. This is so I hope it was a useful session for all of you yesterday and today. This is the site that all of you should just remember: schoolfitness.keloindia.gov.in. I will just take you to that page also. So at the bottom of the page, you can actually see all the links which we have been showing you. Yeah. See here, you can see this site is actually quite self-explanatory, very simple. So even if you do not know where do you download the parent app, how do you download the assessor app, just go there, click on the links, you can download them. Okay. Go down. If you want to join a training program, you can click and register there. If you want to see the admin manual on how to do the fitness assessment, it is all there. If you want to see the test videos, the test videos is there. I'll just show it to you. Let me just show you the test videos. The test videos are all here. When I click on the test videos, it will showing all the videos which you want to see. You could just click there. You can see the entire video and how to do the scoring. Everything is there. It is there at one place. If you want to see the how to register the school, how to upload student data, how to download student ID, promote the student listing, registration of assessor, all of this, everything is there. Everything is there. Most of your 90% of your questions will get answered. All the videos are there. Everything that we showed you is all there. So what we showed.
This is Khelo India application.
So
Please click on Start Fitness Assessment. Click on Sign Up button. Please enter your name.
देखो
Enter your
बैकग्राउंड में
current.
प्ले हो रहा है.
हाँ नहीं ठीक है बंद कर दिया वो बैकग्राउंड में प्ले कर रहा था okay so that is there then the standard operating procedure when you have to conduct this thing and the most important page is the contact us page so here all the links are there for the apps the customer care ID is there then we also have the contact person for each of the zones it is all there. And then, so if you are from a particular state, just look who are the two people who are going to support you. So you can actually see and you can talk to them. Please talk to them in case you are facing any problem. Yeah, so I hope, so that is what I wanted to say. Then the contact ID is also there, helloindia.support@sigfast.com. The contact us page is the most important one. And this is my contact, you can actually do that. Okay, so thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Sujit sir. I would like to thank you all our master trainers for such an interesting and informative session. But as we know that any training session is incomplete without questionnaire session. So, sir, with your permission, I would like to take few questions from participants.
Yeah, please.
We have first question, sir. Ashok sir can reply on that. From Mr. Chatterjee, Prasun Chatterjee, we are not having sufficient ground for cardiovascular endurance test, 600 meter. How to perform it?
I think that is a very wonderful question. And generally for the cardiovascular endurance test where we do 600-meter run, it is slightly difficult to do in indoors. But even if you have a small place of maybe around 100 meters or something like that, then instead of having a full round, we can do in shuttles. Like you can make them run 6 times, but going and coming back, we can do that way. But it will be very difficult for you to perform this test indoors.
Okay, sir.
Ideally, you should do it in 200 into 3. 200 meters into 3 rounds. So 200-meter track, try and find a 200-meter track. If it is not there in the school, find it in the neighborhood. I think 200-meter track is a good way of doing it. Otherwise, shuttle run, actually the speed will go down. That is a problem.
That is the last option, sir.
Yeah. So do it in the circular way.
Sujit sir, there is a next question from Mr. Dinesh Gupta. Why standing broad jump is not added in the battery of test, as it is a very important test in testing the strength, which is important for the number of games?
Yeah, so when we do the talent identification, I told about the talent identification roadmap. The standing broad jump is actually added there. Okay, so it will be there in stage 2. Yeah, so these tests have been done by a panel of experts in 2018 July. It was circulated by the Ministry of Sports himself, who's an Olympian, Rajavindran Singh Rathore. So we cannot question the efficacy of this.
Next question I'm going to ask Arijit Basu sir. Sir, there is a question from Mr. Amitabh Ghosh. What is UDICE number and how to generate while trying to register our school for Fit India?
Please come again.
Sir, there is a question from Mr. Ghosh. He's asking what is UDICE number and how to generate it while trying to register our school in Fit India.
Yeah, that I think you can answer.
Yes.
UID number
Yes.
that is unique to all schools.
Yes. This is.
Yes, which is given state-wise. So if the school is in West Bengal, there will be an unique ID allocated to that particular school.
Every school has.
So
Yeah,
that
actually-
you have to get from the school authorities.
Yeah, yeah. See, also
All schools has this number.
Yeah, they have the numbers.
So
otherwise you
the
can go to
PE
UDICE
teacher
website.
who is asking that needs to get in touch with the school management and get the data from there.
And also in
I would like to clarify, council has no role to play. This UID number is not allocated by council, because I think there may be some confusion, because for West Bengal or other states like UP, we allot schools a number WB140, UP230. This UID, what is being talked in the Hello India site, has no relationship with this. The UID here is the UID allocated to that particular school by that concerned state, not from council side.
Sir, Sujit sir, you would like to add something?
I was telling that otherwise you can go to udice.gov.in, UDISE, UDICE. So UDICE website. So there's a site called udiceplus.gov.in. So there you can actually search for your school and find your UDICE ID also. So in case a school has forgotten, which is very unlikely that the principal will not know, all the principals will know. PE teachers may not know about it. Like Vasu sir talked about finding it from the school management. But in case you don't find it, you can go to the UDICE site and you can actually find the school UDICE. It's quite straightforward. It's not a very difficult.
Yes, thank you, Sujit. Yeah.
Sir, Sujit sir, there is another question. As you suggested that parents can also take the fitness assessment. So can we ask parents
of their children?
Of the children. Can we ask parents to do the assessment through app and share it with the class teachers or PT teachers during the lockdown?
No, actually, what you do at home is your data. Okay, so the school can never. That is not a authentic data, right? Most parents would think that their children are champions, right? So I mean that is right also. But the data, the job of the PE teacher cannot be outsourced to the parents. Similarly, the job of a subject teacher cannot be outsourced to parent. You have to do your job, but of course, during the lockdown, you should encourage parents to do two things: to actually get engaged in fitness activities and also from time to time also do the fitness assessment at home themselves. They can do it on their own. It is like mathematics Olympiad. So you may have exam twice in a year for mathematics. That's why you get your score. But at home, children and parents are encouraged to get their children to keep taking certain tests, practice tests. So this is like a practice test, right? So sharing of getting the data from parents and using it for your own, I don't think it's a very good idea. So I mean, I would not suggest. I mean, if you're doing it, it is at your own trust.
So adding to this, and is it all students of the schools are compulsory it is compulsory to take the assessment of all the students?
Is it compulsory? Is it compulsory to do mathematics test and English? If it is compulsory, then this is also compulsory. I mean, if physical education is a subject which is mandatory for all children, then assessment is one part of a subject. So you have lesson plan, you have equipment, you have laboratory, and you also have assessment. So these are the four things which are there for any subject. So PE is like any other subject also has assessment.
And very right, sir. And with this, and we can take the help of subject teachers also, or other subject teachers also in that. And with
I think object subject teachers, see, fitness is no one's monopoly, right? It is not a monopoly of PE teachers. Anyone who takes interest in fitness and physical activity, if wants to actually do, there are a lot of other teachers, not necessarily subject teachers, but also non-teaching staff also. Anyone who's willing to help you out in physical education, physical activity, is willing to get trained. There are training program which LCB Trivandrum is also doing on PE and community coaching. So you can get yourself trained also. Similarly, teachers can get trained on the Khelo India Fitness app. In fact, in batch 1, we also saw on 11th and 12th, all the master trainers were principals of schools. So if the principals of schools are driving it, they want to drive fitness, then how can we say that it is only physical? So you should take help of as many subject teachers, non-teaching staff, whosoever is interested to help you out in physical activity. Please utilize all of them. You help them, they help you. So I think.
Right, very right, sir. With this, we actually come to the end of our session. And before we end, I would like to invite.
Neeraj wants to add anything? I think she was there. Neeraj, kuch point hai?
No, sir. I just want to add on to this. There was a question, this is it compulsory for all? So I just want to add on to this. The previously sports was extracurricular, then it became a curricular, and now as per the new education policy, it's a mainstream subject. So, and it is a pride moment for all of us as PE teacher, and we need to sharpen our horns to get ready to pitch in such an active manner that we are now equally acknowledged as a teacher, as a this is given acknowledgement as a subject. That's it. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Neeraj. Thank you with this note. And I would like to request Rijit Basu, sir, to thank, give a vote of thanks to our participants.
Thank you. And it's a very interesting session for the last 4 days, I will say, because as per our plans, we have divided into 2 zones. And I have been seeing a very good response from our PE teachers and as well as principals, because this is the first type of initiative that is being done with our board. And I am very happy and thankful to all of you, particularly Mr. Sujit Panigrahi, the CEO of Fitness 365, Ms. Ritu and her team of regional managers, and particularly to our panelists, Ms. Neeraj Singh, Mr. Ashok Talukdar, and Mr. Shubhadeep Chatterjee. Many thanks to all of you, sir and madam. And on the note that just now Ms. Singh was mentioning, this is a very, I think, a proud moment that the NEP that is coming has given the recognition to the sports, that it is not just a subject only for few fit kids or who are very good in sports. Just used to happen in our days that some boys or girls are good in sports, so for them you run it. Now that is not the feature. We are very happy for this recognition, and I think all the PE teachers all over the country who belongs to our board or whichever board they belongs to, they should take this opportunity to spread the awareness, because this Khelo India Fitness program has 2 aspects. I think that should be made clear to everybody. One is identification of talents, and we are very sure by this process some good talents of our school will get proper opportunities in the coming years, but also to spread the fitness. Maybe a student who will be an engineer or doctor or CA in later days, but for him or her, fitness is equally important. So many thanks to all of you. Now I request actually the responsibility on our PE teachers to make this program a successful one by really implementing it. And before ending, I will just take this opportunity to introduce another program which has been launched by Honorable Sports Minister today only. I hope somebody are already aware of it, the Fit India Freedom Run. The Fit India Freedom Run was inaugurated today only at 12 o'clock in the presence of Chairman of CISC, CBSC and all other dignitaries by Mr. Kiran Riju. I would request all the PE teachers that a circular from the council has been already sent to you, to your principal's mail ID on 10th of August. So everybody should participate in this Fit India Freedom Run and make this Freedom Run a successful initiative. And the most important advantage is that you have to register the details of your school students and then upload the data, so that all the students who are participating will be getting a participation certificate also. With this, I request everybody to give their best efforts for spreading the sports and games in CISC, which they have been doing for last 2-3 years. Unfortunately for this year, due to COVID-19, there is a break, but we are very sure with the blessings of the God and maybe the vaccine, which we are expecting any day now, by the end of this year, next year we will be having physical sports also. And till that time, please implement this Khelo India Fitness app as well as Freedom Run. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Before we take a bid, I will request all the participants to squeeze 5 minutes and kindly fill up this feedback form, which will help us to improve our training for the coming up trainings. Your inputs are valuable to us. You can also write us, as Sujit sir has mentioned, the email IDs on the contact page of schoolfitness.kheloindia.gov.in. Details of the regional managers have been mapped with various states. You can contact your regional managers in case facing any kind of issues related to data upload, linkage of assessor with school.
Yeah, so this feedback is going to help us. So kindly fill up this feedback so that we know which are the areas that we need to work on. And if you like something, please write about it.
Yeah, Sujit and Ritu, I will request, just give them an idea about the assessment and when they will, assessment I think is on 22nd August as planned.
Yeah. So just for
give a
everyone,
brief idea.
just information to everyone. The assessment is going to be, the online evaluation is going to be on the 22nd, and it will be from morning 6 o'clock till 10 in the night. Any 1 hour convenient to you, whichever time is convenient to you, you can take the test. Just go to schoolfitness.kheloindia.gov.in/tot.aspx. That's a page you have been actually going to. So there, the button called Take Test will appear in the morning at 6 o'clock. So between 6 and 10, anytime you can take the test. In case you get disconnected, you can log back, but you get only 60 minutes. So let's take an example that you logged in at 11:15 and you got whatever. So you got an internet snag or whatever. But you get exactly 1 hour to do the entire test. So even if it is a 2 minutes break or a 5 minutes break, you lose that much. But so whenever you start the test, you have to finish within 1 hour. But anytime that is convenient to you. So not a problem. So you get enough time to actually do it. And post that thing, you will also get your certificate. The participation certificate will be ready in a few days' time for the session that you attended yesterday and today. So the participation certificate will be ready. It should be ready in 2-3 days. And after that, so next week you can download your participation certificate. And and after the test, 2-3 days after the test, you can also download your evaluation certificate of merit. That will depend on if you have scored 60%. All the links are there on schoolfitness.kheloindia.gov.in at the bottom. Please look at all the links. That is very important for taking the test. If you understand how it is done, it is an open book. So anyway, you can check all the links. But if you have gone through everything, you know what information is there where. So look at the admin manual. Look at the videos. That should actually help you in terms of clearing the test. All the videos are there. The admin manual is there. Yeah. Anything you want to add, Ritu?
Yes, sir. And in case they can even upload the student data in between, because they will be having enough time, and they can get the certificate of appreciation for achievement for that. We have a different level of certificate of achievement. like achievement 1 and certificate of achievement 1 and 2. In between, they have enough time, like from today till 22nd, so they can upload the data and they can actually do it practically, and then it will be easy for them to do the evaluation test online.
Yeah,
Ritu, can you explain the difference between that achievement level 1 and 2 so that?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes.
please.
Okay, I will explain.
Yes.
Let me explain. So the first level, so basically for a participant, so there are two levels. Anyone who's participating in the TOT, one is a participation certificate, and the level 2 is when you are clearing the examination. So these are two levels for participant on TOTs. For a particular school, there are two levels again. The first level is you register your school, you get your PE teachers to register, and you also upload the student data. The moment you uploaded the student data, you get one certificate, which is for achieving milestone 1, which is for uploading the student data. Milestone 2 is when you actually do the assessment of these children. All the data that you uploaded, the moment you have finished your assessment, you get the second level of certificate. That is for the school. It's a proud moment actually for every school. If you've done your assessment, you can actually take printout, you can display it on your school that you have done your assessment. And the third level is basically what Mr. Basu talked about, is the talent identification. If Sports Authority finds out that there are talent existing in specific schools, they will send out information. SAI will send out information asking you to do the retest of these children, so that there is confirmation that that the data is correct. Once that is done, then they'll be called for trials in every state. In the state they are studying, they will be called for the trials, and they may get selected, and there could be admission to sports schools and other things.
Okay, that will be.
Yeah. So I hope that is clear to everyone. Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. So we'll have to log out now because the next session is going to start, international expert session. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you to all
Thank
the
you, sir.
participants, and
Thank
thank
you.
you to all the trainers.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, sir.